Hey everyone, this is Warren. So this week I came across this really fun question actually. The question on LeetCode, it's called lemonade change. So I'll just read the problem off to you really quickly. So question states, at a lemonade stand, each lemonade costs $5. So customers are standing in a queue to buy from you and order one at a time. So in the order specified by bills, so bills would be in an array. So each customer will only buy one lemonade and pay with either a $5, $10, or $20 bill. And we must provide the correct change to each customer. Uh, it notes that we do not have any change in hand at first. When we return true in our function, if we're able to provide the correct change to every customer. So this one was really interesting. I had some initial difficulty with it, but once I came across the idea of using a hash map, then things kind of fell into place and it was much more smoother to solve. So first what I did was I created a hash map. I called it change. So think of this as like a cash register, right? So in your hash map, it states that we're only being paid with a $5, $10, or $20 bill. So we can immediately create a hash and set our change to 5, 10, and 20. And it states that we don't have any change to begin with. So everything is set to 0. So we have our hash map. And we can go ahead and loop through our bills array. Again, so the bills array represents the customers that we're going to be serving. And we have to determine whether the customer will be paying us with a $5 bill, $10 bill, or $20 bill. So if a customer is paying us with a $5 bill, so from line 28 to line 29, pretty simple. Just, you take the $5. There's no change that needs to be given back to the customer. And all the transaction is that we take the $5 bill and we insert it into a register, right? So our change register or hash will increase by 1. So it's pretty straightforward. Now, if we're being paid with a $10 bill, so immediately we can put the $10 bill in our register or in our hash. However, we need to determine whether we can provide the correct change to our customer. So what we'll need is we'll need a $5 bill in our hash. Right? If we don't have that, we can't provide it. So we would return a false value boolean here on line 36, and that would just end our function. However, if we do have a $5 bill, we would just subtract it from our hash, right? So this completes the transaction. We're given a $10 bill, which is on line 32. We give a $5 bill and change on line 34. And if we can't provide the correct change, we return false. Now, the only other option is being paid with a $20 bill. And this one's a little bit more complicated, but false with the same logic. So we are given a $20 bill, so we can increase our hash for 20 by 1. Now, there are a couple ways we can give change, right? So a lemonade is cost $5. So we can give back, a 10 and a 5. Or we can also give back 3 5s. So I think it would be more logical to see if we had a 10 and a 5, we would give that back first. If we don't have that, then we'll check to see whether we have the 5s, because we're more likely to provide the correct change if we give the higher notes as opposed to all 5s. That way it gives us more flexibility down the road. So line 41, just checking to see whether we have a $10 bill and a $5 bill in our register. If we do, just subtracting that from our hash. The other option, if we don't have that but we do have 3 5s, then we can subtract 3 5s from our hash. If we don't have either of those, we return false. And then at the end of the function, as obvious, we would just return true if we're able to finish the loop and provide all our customers with the exact change. So this one was really cool. I encourage you to give it a try and leave a comment if you attempted this with a different approach. Would love to kind of hear your insight and any critique if you spot anything in my code that that could do some improvement. All right, thank you so much.